Hello. I thought for a long time about who I would choose for this assignment, and after a lot of thinking, the answer I finally came to was Shigeru Miyamoto. Here's a picture of him. Shigeru Miyamoto was born in 1952 and is currently 72 years old. He's one of the most influential game developers and designers of all time. He joined Nintendo in 1977 thanks to his ability to impress the president of the company at the time with one of the toys that he had created himself to show off to the president. Nintendo at the time was a toy company in Japan, and they also originally made Hanafuda cards, which are just a certain type of card, but after this, he became a member of their staff, and a really revered one. And after given the responsibility to design the cover art for an arcade game called Sheriff, he was given the go-ahead to make his own game in 1981, and that turned into the original Donkey Kong, the arcade game. After Donkey Kong, he went on to create so many more iconic franchises and characters. This started with Super Mario and then The Legend of Zelda, Star Fox, and Pikmin. After all these achievements, he's revered today as one of the most influential developers of all time. Games in the game industry at the time, before Mario and Zelda came out, before his involvement really, were in almost a rut. The game industry as a whole. Year after year, they were releasing so many games that lacked a lot of quality. Quality control was a really bad issue back in the day, and so you had all these games being pumped out and for lower costs, and they were all just very poorly designed, and nobody was buying them. And it got to a point where consumers lost interest in the medium as a whole because they were not living up to any standards at the time. So an example of this is E.T., which, if you don't know the story behind that, it was so bad that all the copies that are known got taken to the desert and buried. So that's how bad it was. But Super Mario and Donkey Kong and Zelda and all these games under his influence showed people a different side of gaming and what games could be, more than just a simple distraction and something that could stir your heart and make you feel something when you played. Miyamoto's games brought a freshness with them that the game industry desperately needed if it was to stay relevant and not fade into just the minds of people. Atari was a big culprit of that back in the day too, but it continued on. But thanks to him, video games are back where they're supposed to be now. Shigeru Miyamoto has brought so much joy to everybody who's played these games, just so many childhoods, myself included. And he's helped Nintendo become one of the most well-known companies, not just in Japan, where it originated, but just in the entire world as a whole. You can show a picture of Mario to your grandmother and she'll probably know who Mario is. That's just how iconic these characters are. And they're currently either the first or second most richest company in Japan, so I'm pretty sure they're still being played by newer and newer people as well. So his games will bring his characters and the games that they come from will bring much more joy to many more people as time goes forward. I personally have had a great experience with these games, and they, in a way, shaped who I am today. If I hadn't played these games when I was younger like I did, I don't think I would be remotely who I am today. They've affected so many people in so many ways, and they've just shaped childhoods and life experiences. They've become more than just a fun game to play and an experience worth having. So I believe that Shigeru Miyamoto, and the reason why I chose him, is that what he's done for the world is that he has created so much joy, and so many people in the world know him for that and know his games for that, and he brings so much joy to people everywhere. So, thank you.